The Packers.
Way to go, Kirk Cousins.
7-2.
Yep.
Still pushing forward.
Right.
The Panthers came to town. I thought the Packers would blow out the Panthers, especially once I saw the snow flying. I got to give the Panthers credit for hanging around. It was 24-10. The Panthers made it 24-16, went for 2, didn't get it, but still down 8, driving late. And I think Christian McCaffrey scored. I just think we couldn't see the ball, right? I know we couldn't see the ball in part because of the snow, but all the angles that were available. There's an angle from one side where there's a receiver who's standing in the way and you can't really see whether or not the ball got across. You just can never see with that kind. See right there? Yeah. The ball's in.
No, it's not.
No, the ball's in. Watch
not.
Christian McCaffrey here.
But
But look at his body.
Yeah, look at his body. The ball is right next to his right chest.
I think the ball's
he's not in. If he extended, which, he's being careful here because he doesn't want to fumble, but I don't know if that
you can't even really see the goal line.
But he never extended. I think that's the biggest thing to me. Right, like right there. Look, the other guy, you could see Turner's left shoulder is on the white line. He's not to the left shoulder. So.
All right,
but either way, it was a good game.
I agree with you. Okay. But look, the bottom line is there wasn't clear and obvious evidence.
No, there was
that
not.
The ball got in. It looked to me like the way the bodies were positioned, he got across. But unless you can actually see the ball, at least kissing the front end of the line, they're not going to overturn that.
Right.
That's one of the flaws in the process. You have to get a good shot of it, and sometimes you just don't get a good shot of it. There's nothing conclusive one way or the other. Let me put it this way. If they had called it a touchdown, there wouldn't have been enough there to overturn.
Probably not. No, that would have been tough to see. You're right. There was nothing conclusive at all. It was a great game to watch either way. Just because of the snow, it's Green Bay Packers, it's Lambeau Field. That's always got a great look on TV. Man, there's so many different ways this game could have gone. At the end of the first half, you're going, wow, they have this horrible penalty on Gerald McCoy. The Packers drive all the way down to the 1-yard line, don't score before their first half. You're going, oh, man, they're going to score before the half's over and get the ball back in the second half, and this is going to be a blowout as to what you're talking about. But Carolina makes the stop, hangs around, then kind of gets momentum back. And, another big point of the game was Kyle Allen down in the red zone there. He kind of moves up in the pocket, scrambles, throws an interception in the back of the end zone as he kind of stares a receiver down there. And that saved Green Bay, whose offense kind of sputtered out towards the end of the football game. I still think Green Bay's a little pass happy at times. I mean, you look at the results they had in the run game yesterday. Aaron Jones, 13 for 93. Jamal Williams, 13 for 63. When I see those type of numbers, I just go, no, they're not getting the ball enough. They need to get them more. But Green Bay, of course, is very good. I don't think they're great. They're one of those teams where, they're 7-2, but I don't think they're in the class of the 49ers or the New England Patriots at this point. I think there's some concerns for me, at least, with their team overall, especially their defense.
And we'll see what they do down the stretch.
Yeah.
Can they hold on? They don't have an easy road the rest of the way, and I mentioned that Monday night game coming up December 23 at Minnesota. Who knows? The division may be riding on that one by the time it's all said and done. It's just so weird to see these early highlights from Lambeau.
Yeah, and if you're watching on TV, this was the bad call. Yeah. First off, what's Gerald McCoy supposed to do here? He's falling to the side. He doesn't fall on him, but this is later on in the drive. Here they are driving down. Rodgers, you think he's going to throw a touchdown pass here, throws a great ball. Jimmy Graham steps on his own feet. Doesn't get 2 feet in, which was originally called a touchdown, right, Mike? So now they got first and goal from the 2-yard line. Bam, Gerald McCoy makes up for that stupid penalty they called on him anyways, and that was a huge moment for the Panthers team to give them some momentum going into halftime.
And Aaron Jones with the 3-touchdown performance. After the game, Aaron Rodgers touting him as an MVP candidate. And I think that's a little too much when you look game by game.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones has had pockets of great games. He has not had the kind of wire-to-wire dominance that you need to be in the MVP conversation, especially when you're not a quarterback. But Aaron Jones has been a critical member of that team, and he's stepped up on days when the Packers have needed it, and they're going to need it moving forward. They have next week off. Then they are at San Francisco.
Yes.
That's one of the games of the week, Week 12. There's some great games lurking Week 12. Then they go to face the Giants in New York. They have Washington at home. Those are all winnable games. The Bears come to town, but it's at the Vikings and at the Lions to end the season where things could get very interesting for the Packers. I mean, they could go into the last 2 weeks of the season holding a bye.
Right.
And end up as a wild card team because they could get caught by the Vikings 1 week in the standings, and then the next week go to Detroit, and that's never an easy place for Aaron Rodgers and company to win. So the Packers have a lot of work to do, and like you said, there are some flaws there, and they held on, they got the win. And the Panthers still would have had to convert the 2-point conversion, and then the Panthers would have had to win in overtime. Who knows what would have happened. But the Panthers, they need to be proud of how they've played without Cam Newton. And the other thing, too, it came out over the weekend.
Yeah.
Cam Newton's now thinking about having foot surgery, which would mean he definitely wouldn't be back even if the Panthers somehow make it to the playoffs. It's all pointing toward next March. Will he be healthy? Who's he going to play for? And even in a loss yesterday, that's one of those games where if you're the Panthers, maybe you're not all that uncomfortable sticking with Kyle Allen and letting him be the guy, at least for 2020, to see where it goes. And then you make decisions after next season, depending upon what Allen does.
I think that if Allen keeps playing the way he did yesterday, I mean, other than that one mistake, he did a lot of good things in that game. Avoided pressure, made a lot of big throws, and he's going to give them something to think about.
And they got West Virginia great Will Grier.
Oh, yes, right, yes.
What?
I don't see it. I know.
Well,
PFF said he was the second-rated quarterback in the draft.
Well,
crazy.
then maybe they're right and maybe you're wrong.
No, they were wrong.
We're going to take a break. When we return, the
I was
Steelers
right about my rankings, too, PFF.
Are you done? You got anything else you want to complain about?
No, I was just right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.